Griffin Law Firm of Shane Bank, 70 West Madison, Suite 5300, Chicago 60602. Ms. Duzan, do you know whether Nina Pierpoint actually diagnosed any of the people she's describing in person, or whether she just talked to them on the telephone?
Both.
You know that? How do you know that?
From what I've read.
I see. And what you read, she did meet with people and diagnose them as a doctor? That's what you read?
Yes, she's a pediatrician with a private practice, and she started noticing symptoms in her patients.
Okay. Do you know whether Dr. Pierpoint's work has ever been peer reviewed?
I know that it has not gotten good peer reviews in some instances. Her study was small. It was based on her personal experience. And it is my belief that even though it was small, if this is real for her patients, this is a real physical problem.
Are you aware of anyone in the state of Illinois that's ever been diagnosed with wind turbine syndrome?
No, it is not a recognized diagnosis by the medical society. I'm not trying to say that.
That's all the questions I have. Thank you.
Would anyone in the audience have questions? I think we're done. Oh,
Okay.
wait a minute, we got one.
Julie Botkin. 23343 North 2600 East Road, Lexington. I have 4 children, and we live on a farm, and there's no windmills on our property. I looked on the special use permit, and it shows that our farm is supposed to be at 46 decibels. How do you think my children would be affected?
Well, they'll be affected greatly. I mean, I don't know that. I can't promise you that. I don't think, I can't go there. I can't answer you, but I do think that, I can't imagine that they won't be affected in some way.
So you think their grades are going to, they're going to do best, or they're not going to do their best and not get the sleep that they probably should?
There's a lot of evidence out there to that effect.
Okay. Thank you. I apologize.
Hey there, Barb Metz, 27709 North, 2550 East Road in Lexington. METZ. Kids in school nowadays, I think would you agree there's an increase in attention deficit disorder diagnoses?
Absolutely.
So what do you think sleep deprivation is going to do to those children?
They can't concentrate in school. They can't, believe it or not, with like the hyperactivity and the ADD, they can't sit still. These kids will be different. They will want to sleep. It is almost similar to a sleep apnea, if anybody's ever worn a sleep apnea mask. You don't realize you're waking up in the night, but during the day you're tired, you have headaches.
So in your medical opinion, why do you think Invenergy denies the symptoms that people may be experiencing?
Well, it would cost them money, but that's just my opinion.
We're getting off the edge here, you know, this kind of questions. And
It is a new area for healthcare, I admit that, and there are not a lot of solid answers, so it is a subjective thing.
So as a medical background person, I'm not a medical background person, but I work in health claims, would you perceive an increase in healthcare costs in the county?
I've actually thought about that, health insurance costs as well.
And so a lot of people in our county are farmers. Where do they get their health care from?
We're kind of getting beyond the scope of what she testified to. She's,
As a self-employed family, I know that they buy it on their own. But,
In your medical opinion, has Invenergy produced evidence to you to say they are not hurting our people in our community?
I haven't spoken to anybody from Invenergy, but I haven't heard either way on that one.
Okay, thank you.
thank you.
Lori Sleater, 23903 North 2900 East Road in Lexington.
Let's kind of get this right. You know, it's not friendly cross-examination, it's questions. You know, you can't help each other. That's not what we're here for.
I didn't know what she was going to talk about.
Well, I just want you to ask questions. And if that's what you're doing, that's fine. We're kind of getting past it a little bit on the last one.
Do you want me to go ahead?
Yeah.
Kelly, when did you find out about this project?
In December
Of
2017, when my daughter got a notice.
And do you think you would have known about it if there was any articles, pro or con, in the Lexingtonian newspaper?
Yes, I do read the Lexingtonian.
You do get the Lexingtonian, you're a subscriber, and you read it. And did you ever see any news about the wind turbine project in the Lexingtonian?
No.
My final question is, are you familiar with the seven standards for special use permits listed on this piece of paper?
I am learning.
Have you read the first one? Are you familiar with the very first one of the 7 standards?
No.
Could I read it?
Yes.
The proposed special use will not be detrimental or to endanger the health, safety, moral comfort, or welfare of the public. Based on your testimony, do you believe that to be true or not true?
I do believe that to be true.
Thank you.
Any other questions? I think that's it. Push the button. Thank you for coming. I think we're going to take a break. What are you going to put up there, Claire?